guys for tuning in. The God in me salutes the God in you. Welcome to A Goddess Loves Abundant Living. I am A Goddess Love, your abundant living coach. I teach you how to be made whole in your body, mind, and soul by living the abundant life that Jesus talked about. How do you live the abundant life Jesus talked about? By raising your vibratory frequency. All right. So the title of this message is how do you deal with the stages of grief? Okay. Before we begin, let's open up in prayer. Infinite Spirit, we give you all the praise, thanks, glory, and honor. Speak through me today. Allow your perfect will to be done in our lives. Bless everyone that's listening to the sound of my voice with health, wealth, love, joy, happiness, success, and infinite money. And so it is. All right, you guys. So I want to talk about the different stages of grief. Okay. I made another video talking about my little brother, the PTSD video, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I said that I was going to make another video talking about the different stages of grief. So, I know grief can be a hard thing, you know, when you're trying to move forward in life. But I come on here and I share my journey with you guys in hopes that it will bless you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so when my dad transitioned into the spirit world in August of 2021, of course, it was very traumatic for myself and my siblings. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. So there's 6, there are more, but I want to talk about these 6 to 12 stages of grief. And I went through all of these. Shock was one. I went through shock that this could even happen to him. Then I went into denial. Like, no, this can't be. I dealt with the pain of it, like it was just a hard pain, a bad pain. I didn't really, well, yeah, I did. I went through guilt because my dad sent me a text message the night before before, I don't really want to talk about it, but they put him on a ventilator, and the night before they did that, he sent me a text message and said, get me out of here, get me a wheelchair, get me oxygen, and get me out of here, find me a natural path doctor. And so I felt guilt behind that because I felt like I had failed him, like I didn't get him out of there, you know. I went through anger, just mad at the hospital, mad at the doctors and the nurses and how they treated us and all of that. I went through bargaining with God, just, you know, just speaking life back into him, just sending the word by the Spirit, sending the resurrection power by the Spirit, just, you know, trying to raise him, you know, raise him up. Then I was questioning everything, you know, how could this happen? Why this, why that? I went through the depression, you know, I went through sadness. Then I hit acceptance, all right? Then I went through loneliness, which was, oh my God, like, you my daddy. Like, I still need you to be my daddy. Like, and I felt so lonely without him because, you know, he was my best friend. Like, he was my minister, my mentor, my laughing buddy. He interpreted my dreams. You know, I wake up and I have a dream. I have a dream and then I wake up and my first thought is, let me call my daddy. And then it hit me like, wow, I can't even call him and say, you know, what was this dream about? You know what I'm saying? So I went through all these different stages of grief. So this video is how to move forward with grief. And so one, I had to acknowledge my pain and sit in that and let that be okay. Let it be okay that I was in in that type of pain. And so I acknowledged it where I was, and I dealt with that, and it was okay. What else? Accept that grief can trigger many unexpected emotions. And so I had to deal with all the different emotions that kept coming up, and they were unexpected emotions in dealing with grief. I mean, it triggered some of everything. I wrote here, understand that your grieving process will be different from other people's. My sisters and I, really my little brother. Y'all, I'm gonna have to get up and plug my phone in, but just bear with me. I'm gonna keep talking, okay? So, my little brother is such a jokester, right? And he sent a text message to all of us that said, let's talk about where everybody is and the process. Hold on, y'all. He said, let's talk about where everybody is. Let's play a game and talk about where everybody is on the grief ladder, right? And, you know, they would text back, well, I'm in acceptance, or I'm in denial, I'm in anger, and all of that, right? And it just kind of lightened it up a little bit to help us deal with each other while we was going through all the different stages of grief. And I remember I was so angry, you know, and a couple of my other sisters were so angry, and not at each other, but just at everything that had happened. And I had one sister that was angry, and she was taking her anger out on just kind of everybody, which everybody felt like it was, you know, unfair. But I said that to say that everybody deals with grief different, and they're going to process it different. And we were all processing this grief differently. So I had to seek support from people that cared about me. I called my mom every day, and she would pray with us. And I called my pastor, and he would pray with us and, you know, be interceding for us and everything. And I just surround myself with people that loved me, you know, or that loved me, and that was praying for me, you know, on my behalf, and my children and my grandchildren and everybody's, you know, lives that my father had touched. And then I had to learn how to support myself emotionally by taking care of myself, making sure that I ate, making sure that I continue to work out, making sure that I continue to juice, making sure, because I had started losing weight because I couldn't eat. And so you go through these things, and they're normal, right? But you have to make sure you continue to move through grief and not get stuck in depression. And depression is one of the hardest stages because it is like a bondage, you know. But one thing that I kept thinking to myself and kept saying to myself is, as spiritual as my daddy is and was, he would not want me to be stuck in any stage other than acceptance, to accept what is. And I could hear his voice like, no matter what happened in life, don't fall off your throne. And he said, if I, you know, cross over or ascend out of here, it still don't stop the truth from being a truth. You keep going. And so I would hear his words over and over again. And then I would hear him say, I'm still here. All you got to do is raise your vibratory frequency and vibrate on the frequency that I'm on, and we can still communicate. And I could hear him say, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? All you got to do is raise your vibrations. I'm still right here. And it's just, it gives me so much joy. Yeah, it just gives me so much joy. So I went through all of those stages, okay? And so if you're going through that, I want to encourage you to Be okay with where you are, but keep moving forward. If you need counseling or therapy or anything like that, get it. Like I have a life coach, and she is helping me continue me processing. You know, people think that just because somebody passed away or crossed over, whatever, you don't need therapy. Yeah, you do need therapy, and it's okay. Like, normalize talking to somebody about how you feel. Like, that is so okay. But what happens if you don't grieve? So what I wrote here is, grief that is withheld can have a negative impact on you emotionally and physically. If you delay your grieving process, it can manifest itself in physical ways such as like headaches, difficult sleeping, and sometimes, ailments in your body. And so you want to give yourself permission to grieve for the people that have crossed over, you know. As much as I know spiritually, I still gave myself permission to grieve and to go through the process and be okay with the process and be okay with where I was in my process. And I didn't let nobody rush my process or tell me I should be here or I should be there. No. Do what you need to do for you. And take some self-care days. I took my self-care days and I went and got me a massage. I went and got my nails and my toes done. I went to the gym and, sat in a sauna, and I processed what I need to process. And even if I didn't feel like eating, I would make sure I would juice something just so I could get some nutrients in me. All right. So everybody's going to go through grief differently, and it is so okay. So I made this video because, like I said, I made a video prior to this, and we was talking about grief, and I didn't have all the different stages of grief that people go through. And so I just want to encourage you to continue to move forward if you're grieving. All right. I love y'all so very much. Maybe you have been praying to go to higher levels in God, or maybe you've been praying for a deeper relationship with God. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, the universe, the Holy Spirit has led you to this channel, and for that I am eternally grateful. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and connecting with me today. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to share my journey with you, and for you guys being a part of my journey. All right. Yeah, so go to the website at godslove.org and go ahead and download your free prayers and affirmations. It's prayers and affirmations on the website, you guys, about everything. Also, go ahead and get your copy of the 40-Day Vegan Challenge. We're doing that every 40 days. The 7-Day Mirror Work Challenge. Stand in the mirror and love on you. Do your affirmations and build yourself up. Okay, that's what the 7-Day Mirror Work Challenge is about, is reflections of the soul. Okay, and the power in praying for your children. That book is a journal, but it gives prayers and affirmations and visualizations in there so that you can build your children up and hold space for them. All right, whether they're going through something or not, it doesn't matter. Continue to pray for them, intercede for them, and be there for them. All right, and here's the thing, y'all want to pray for them and intercede for them right now, whether they're going through something or not, because you want to always keep them covered. Okay, and also the Book of Solutions. If you married or in a committed relationship, this journal is really good for you and your partner to do the work together. All right, do your internal work for external manifestations. All right, you guys. So if you have not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, go ahead and like it, give us a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can be notified of new and upcoming videos. All right, that is it for this video, y'all. Tell me how you guys are moving forward in your grief. So what I'm doing right now to move forward in my grief is I am remembering my daddy for everything that he was and everything that he is. And I look at him and I just smile. I keep his picture right here. And he's smiling at me. And I could hear him saying, I am so proud of you. And so I keep that smile right here. And every time I see him, I just smile back. And so this is how I am dealing with his physical presence not being here. All right. So again, I love y'all so very much. I am praying and interceding on behalf of all you guys because I want all of us to make it. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time, be blessed, be free, be happy, be prosperous, be at peace, happy creating, spread love, joy, and positivity, and namaste.